Modern success is a lie, a polished illusion sold to keep you running in circles. Not because success is impossible, but because the version you're chasing was designed to drain you. You weren't taught to build a meaningful life. You were trained to perform one. Titles, metrics, approval, all crafted to look like progress. But none of it touches your soul. It just keeps you obedient. The ancient Greeks would call this a deception, a trick of the mind. A collective illusion so strong, you mistake noise for direction and performance for purpose. The tragedy is simple. You never chose this version of success. It was chosen for you. The first lie is simple. What you call success was manufactured to keep you obedient. They feed you a story. Work harder, climb higher, stay productive, and one day you'll be free. They promise freedom after the next promotion, after the next milestone, after the next sacrifice. But freedom never arrives because the promise wasn't meant to be fulfilled. Because the system doesn't want you free, it wants you busy. They keep you chasing goals that never end, so you never stop to question who actually benefits. Because the ones who benefit are the same ones who keep you running. They profit from your exhaustion, your ambition, your fear of falling behind. Your struggle is not a glitch in the system. It is the system. You don't just lose time chasing their definition of success. You lose yourself. Every day, you feel a little more disconnected from who you used to be. Your energy? Depleted. Your joy? Conditional. Your identity? Negotiated. You start to believe that your worth is measured only by your output. You forget what it feels like to wake up without pressure crushing your chest. You no longer rest. You only recover enough to keep producing. Moments you once enjoyed now feel like distractions you can't justify. Your mind races even in silence, as if you're always behind on something. And the saddest part? You mistake exhaustion for normal life. The ancient Greeks had a word for this trap: doxa, living by opinions instead of truth. They warned that when society defines your worth, you lose the ability to define it yourself. Heraclitus wrote, "The many live as if asleep. Look around, most people still are." You weren't taught to think. You were taught to follow. Socrates believed the unexamined life wasn't worth living. Modern society prefers you never examine anything because questioning the system makes you uncontrollable. And nothing threatens a system more than someone who thinks for themselves. The Greeks knew that freedom begins the moment you stop living by borrowed definitions. The moment you realize you are not here to perform, you are here to awaken. You start reclaiming power the moment you question who taught you what to want. Because most of your desires aren't yours, they were installed. Advertisers know this, corporations know this, politicians know this. The only one who doesn't know is you. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. You begin to feel a quiet rebellion rising inside you. A voice you forgot you ever had. A sense that maybe, just maybe, your life could belong to you again. And that tiny spark of awareness, that's where freedom begins. Freedom doesn't start with changing your life. It starts with questioning the life you were told to want. And suddenly, things that once felt normal begin to feel unacceptable. The pressure, the noise, the chasing. You begin to pull your attention away from the things that drained you. You begin to listen to what actually brings you alive. You start saying no. You start choosing yourself in small, quiet ways. And piece by piece, your life shifts back into your hands. The ancient Greeks had a word for this moment, nothi seauton. Know yourself.
Because the world will happily tell you who to be if you never ask.
But the Greeks warned, the greatest danger is forgetting your own nature. Aristotle said a life without purpose is not living, it's drifting. And drifting is exactly what modern society wants from you.
A drifting person is easy to control, easy to sell to, easy to distract.
But a person who knows themselves, impossible to manipulate. Because once you know who you are, no system can tell you who to become. But here's the hidden truth no one mentions.
The moment you wake up, you stop fitting in.
Because society is built for people who follow, not people who think. You'll notice people pulling away.
You'll notice how many conversations were built on autopilot.
You'll feel the distance between you and the world widening.
Not because you're broken, but because you're finally awake.
And awakening has a price. You lose the comfort of sleep. But you gain something infinitely more valuable, yourself.
Because once you stop living on autopilot,
you start noticing the things others ignore. You see the traps, the lies, the distractions.
You stop craving their approval. You stop chasing their version of success.
You begin choosing based on values, not pressure. You act with intention, not fear. And the world can't manipulate someone who thinks for themselves. Because clarity is the one freedom no system can take from you.
In the end, the world doesn't change when you wake up, but your relationship with it does.
Noise loses its power.
Pressure loses its weight.
The system keeps shouting, but you stop listening.
Because you finally built something they can't touch, inner direction. And once you have direction, you're no longer pushed. You move because you choose to move.
If this message woke something in you, don't let it fade when the video ends. Stay close to the voices that make you think, not the ones that keep you asleep.
Subscribe for more truth that cuts through the noise.
More perspectives that snap you out of autopilot.
More modern philosophy that actually applies to real life. If you're tired of the system deciding who you should be,
join us and start deciding for yourself.
When you choose your own direction, no system can push you anymore. You move because you decide to.